put your dicks up, get your dicks up, put your motherfucking sticks up. They suck, that's tough, nigga, pay up, get your rates up, but a motherfucker.
Look, disclaimer. I don't want to sound like a hater, but I think we all know that Common and Pete Rock were snubbed of the Grammys. I actually took time to go back and listen to these albums that were in the category. And let me just pull it up real quick. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, Doechii, who's the new artist who won, a TikTok rapper, by the way. You know, I guess now we're giving Grammys to TikTok rappers. She's a great artist. I mean, I gotta say, it is refreshing to hear a female rapper who's not talking about sex in every other verse or talking about what she can get out of a man. Even though she kind of is, subliminally. But she's also saying it in a little bit of a different way, right? Best rap album. The nominees were, of course, Common and Pete Rock for The Auditorium. Eminem. I was surprised about that. Future and Metro Boomin, and then J. Cole. Never really heard that album because he did delete it. But Future and Metro Boomin, I think they were nominated for a few Grammys and didn't win any. Thank you. I gotta say this, side note, Future is the most overrated rapper there ever was. Now, maybe he might have pioneered the mumble rap. This is what I spoke to with a few people on. But other than that, Future doesn't talk about anything. He talks about the same thing in every single song. For however many years that he's been rapping, it's the same thing in every single song. I mean, his music is just like the dumbed down version of just the people that just have like probably no high IQ level whatsoever, don't probably think about anything important. They just want to hear the same monotone, you know, and they're probably just getting high, taking Molly, doing whatever, drinking, and just I don't even know, man. I'm starting to get to a point to where, like, other than the strip club, what is that music for? And Metro Boomin's beats, I mean, he's cool, but come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Let's get back to the topic at hand, though. Common, Pete Rock. Listen, man. Pete Rock is a pioneer of hip hop. He's the one that birthed people like Nas, who y'all waited like years and years upon years later to give a Grammy to, when we all know that he deserves it for Illmatic. Illmatic still stands the test of time as one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all, man, when y'all try to talk about, oh, old school hip-hop and all this and that. Man, name a rapper today. Name a rapper or a rap album today that's going to hold up to Illmatic, that's going to hold up to Biggie and Pac. There's not many, man, other than possibly Kendrick. I mean, what some of y'all going to say Drake, Lil Weezy. Man, that's going to be a whole nother video right now, man. And even though I do like some of their music, man, the way they going out right now is kind of sad. With Lil Wayne with the Super Bowl and the way Drake got dissed so hard that he had to leave the continent to go do a tour. He couldn't even do a tour on this continent. Okay? But I want to go back to Doechii, man. Yeah, she got skills. I wish I would have had this knowledge a few days ago, because I heard a lot of people that were just online just going back and forth and saying, yeah, she deserved it. Yeah, she deserved it. Yo, I went back and listened to her album. Y'all said it was a mixtape. Y'all even said it was a mixtape, man. It sounded to me like an incomplete album. It didn't sound like a finished product. Where as far as the Common and Pete Rock album, it actually sounded like a completed project. I mean, they had these dope samples. They had a lot of different types of drum patterns, a lot of different types of beats, scratches, singing, choruses. It sounds like they brought other musicians in for the project. Doechii album, which I did hear some people mention, was just her, just sounded like just her just rapping over some average beats, man. I mean, she had a couple bangers on there, don't get me wrong, there's a couple bangers on there. I'm still thinking that this woman, it sounds like she's still trying to find her voice to me. Like, yeah, she has a dope project, a dope project, yo. But would I say that deserves best rap album Grammy? Man, get out of here, yo. Let's not even look at the politics. Let's go back and do the research what we could do on another video. Look at how many of those artists are all signed to Universal. Whether Universal is what they're signed to, and I know some of y'all don't do your research, or Universal is doing the distribution for that label. Come on, man. I've been in the game since the 90s, yo. Okay? Like, y'all don't know hip-hop like me, man. I was already listening to hip-hop before Lil Wayne became famous. See, that's the reason why a lot of y'all can't talk to me about hip-hop. Because you started listening to hip-hop when a lot of these rappers became famous. I was already listening to hip-hop before a lot of these rappers became famous. So I understand who's really about the culture and who's not. It sounds like to me like Doechii can't figure out whether she's Nicki Minaj, whether she's SZA, or Tyler the Creator. A female version of Tyler the Creator. Even though Tyler acts kind of feminine sometimes too. I mean, let's figure this out here, man. Do we want to hear lyrics that are like uplifting, that make you think, that make you like, huh? All right, man. I didn't think about that. Or do I want to hear about some girl talking about get your dick up, get your dick sucked, get your tits sucked? I mean, come on, man. These are TikTok rhymes, yo. These are amateur TikTok rhymes, yo. We could go down the street, man. I bet you we gonna hear some MCs on the street corner that got something more to say than that, man. They might just not have the right connections, or they might just not have the right people in power. Who knows? Have y'all heard of Isaiah Rashad, by the way? That's who Doechii reminds me a lot of, is Isaiah Rashad. She's like the next version of Isaiah Rashad. And you can't say that I'm wrong about that, because look at who she signed to. Same label. It's like, come on, man. If you go back and you look at the track list, most of the songs are under 3 minutes. They're like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. One verses. She don't even have like 2 verses on a lot of the songs, where Common got like 2-3 verses on every single track featuring other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell that there was a lot of thought and energy put into this. How you gonna get something, a best rap album, and there ain't really no elements of hip hop on it, like as far as DJ scratching? Come on, man. Let's not talk about how many producers, how many rappers like Kanye, or Ye, excuse me, did Pete Rock influence? Didn't Pete Rock produce on Watch the Throne with Jay-Z and Ye? Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm going to tell you right now, man. I mean, I think we all know what's up with the Grammys, man. I was watching some of these other YouTube videos where people are saying the Grammys are done, the Grammys are finished, nobody cares, nobody watches the Grammys anymore. Some of that might be true, but I also disagree with that statement, because I think the Grammys still are important. Let's be honest. After somebody wins a Grammy, the record sales, the streams start to soar. Even Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us started getting more streams after he won the Grammy. Same thing with Beyonce, okay? So the Grammys do mean something. It means that you're going to be looked at by your peers differently. You're going to be able to now start charging more money, and you're also going to be selling more records. Now, you're right. The average Joe who probably works down the street probably don't give a shit about the Grammys. But those of us that are in the music business, those of us that are content creators, everybody, they're all watching the Grammys, man. They're all watching the Grammys. Just like everybody who's in the movie business is watching the Oscars, man. But I gotta say, man, it's clearly obvious that there's an agenda that's being pushed. It's clearly obvious that mostly everybody that won a Grammy is signed to Universal Music. I know we all saw that video of Dr. Dre and Lucy and Grange giving each other a high five, but Not Like Us was winning Grammys. Really interesting. When you got Drake, another brother, another black brother, or light-skinned mixed brother, whatever you want to call it, who's on the same label, and they out there celebrating his downfall? Why? Oh, because they're going to be making money off of it regardless. They're making money off of it regardless. Please believe me, I'm pretty sure that Dr. Dre still got points off of what Kendrick Lamar sells. Because didn't Dre learn that from NWA? Man, I'm going to tell you, man, that this music business is getting really interesting. It almost seems like when you look at the categories of who was in the Grammys, it was the same names constantly. I thought the Grammys, if I'm not mistaken, used to be an award show where we would discover new artists and be like, damn, I never heard about that artist before. I'm about to check them out. I mean, I guess if that's what they were kind of trying to do with Doechii. And again, like I said, man, I mean, she got some skills. I'm not taking that away from her. I've seen some of her concerts. She's a great performer. So, I mean, I think that probably helps. That helps to elevate her a little bit, is that she actually can perform. But it's like, come on, man. Because somebody goes viral on TikTok, and then a record company wants to sign that because they see it going viral, but now you're just going to give it Grammys to push it more, to push your agenda more, to push your record sales more. I know that that's what y'all doing with the Grammys now. The Grammys ain't really about who's making the best music, as I think at one time it might have been. I think now it's more about, we want to push this agenda. We're going to push our message. Let's not even get into the other messages and the other political messages that y'all were pushing through the show. But we're going to push our message and our woke culture, or whatever y'all call it. And then we're going to shine the light on who we want to shine the light on. But we all know, man. We all know Good Kid, Mad City should have got the Grammy. But did it? Nah, it didn't. But now you want to give Kendrick a sweep at the Grammys. And don't get me wrong. Well deserved for Kendrick. Except for maybe best rap music video. I think A$AP Rocky should have maybe got that one. Other than that, definitely best rap song. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. All I gotta say though, Common, Pete Rock, to me, I think that was the biggest snub at the Grammys.